Population in Beverly Hills is 34,000 people. Most of them are really rich. On the left, this home right here is Chef Wolfgang Puck's home right here. Wolfgang Puck, the famous chef. This home all the way around here goes. It's got like 3 driveways. Here's another one. All the same property. The Sierra Tower on your right, that tall white building. Been a long-time celebrity home, past and present. If you want to buy a condo in there, a 1-bedroom condo will run you about $1.3 million. Is that too much? These are the Truesdale Estates, this area of Beverly Hills. Notice they don't have any sidewalks on these streets. In this particular area of Beverly Hills, most of the streets do, of course. Now, if she was home at this moment, there might have been paparazzi parked right along the street here. You never can tell. So we're going to come around, go up to the top of this hill, and back down on the other side. I'm going to show you where her best friend lives.
Courtney Cox?
That's right.
Yeah, Cougar Jones.
They live too far from each other. I'm going to point out a property to you guys. Coming up on the left, usually this gate is closed, sometimes it's open. It's the house of David Spade, star of a show called Rules of Engagement. Before that it was Just Shoot Me in a movie called Joe Dirt. He also starred as a cast member in Saturday Night Live. Right here on the left at 1120 Wallace Ridge. This is David Spade's house. I usually don't get people too excited to see David Spade's house. I can't imagine. Celebrity lives here. Just rich people. And if you look to the right, you can see that Tina Turner's dropped a few wigs here. See that? You water them, they multiply and take over your entire hillside. Half to 4 million. Here, God, it's got to start at about 2 million, I'm sure, even more than that. Just because of the area and the views. Danny Thomas was a Lebanese immigrant here to the U.S. Very famous in the U.S. in the 50s and 60s. Had some television shows. Also created the St. Jude's Children's Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. His daughter, Marlo Thomas, is an actress who appeared in a show called That Girl. Live right here. I don't see Courtney Cox's black Range Rover SUV, the car du jour here in the West Side. Exactly. You don't think those guys live too far from each other because they are best friends?
Well, they made a lot of money being best friends.
Familiar because they were used in the movie Batman and Robin. The Batmobile went through these gates. Also, The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston. They used these gates. So I'm going to show you the home itself. On top of the hill here. Like I said, the city of Beverly Hills now owns it. No one lives in this house. But on the top of the hill, this is the home that was used as Wayne Manor in the Batman movies. It was the X-Men house.
Oh my God.
Used in The Witches of Eastwick, Ghostbusters, There Will Be Blood, Indecent Proposal, and about 5 dozen other movies. So if you go online, you do a search for Greystone Mansion, you'll see a list of all the movies that have been shot here going back to the 1940s. The Greystone Mansion sits on 14 acres of land. 46,000. Can you handle a 46,000 square foot? Right over here on the right.
Oh, no way.
You remember that door?
Yeah.
Had the big knockers on it? Now, Ozzy doesn't live here anymore. The family moved out because the show's not on the air any longer. They moved out to the West Valley. But another celebrity lives here. You know who lives here now?
Who?
Christina Aguilera.
Oh.
This is Christina Aguilera's house. Yeah. Can you imagine that? From dark to light. Look at the color of the house, painted pink. You think the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, would actually live in a pink-colored house? He did. You know what happened? Here's my version. The painter came over to discuss the color scheme with Ozzy. All the painter heard from Ozzy was, you know, he talks, no one can understand what he's saying. So he thought he heard pink, painted it pink. Ozzy looked at the color with the comedian. She lived right here during the Carol Burnett variety show back in the 60s and 70s. She's moved out to Hawaii now, and she's another graduate of Hollywood High School. Hollywood High School's had several famous people that have gone there through the years, including Carol Burnett and Lawrence Fishburne and Sarah Jessica Parker. What?
Does someone live there now?
That's my house. No, no one lives there now. I know, someone does live there. I don't know who it is, though. No one famous. You gotta remember, with as many houses as there are,
Right.
very few of them are actually lived in by celebrities, because there's so many of these houses. Like the one up this street. 1111 Calle Vista Drive. Up to the right, third driveway on the left. There's a big $32 million estate up there. I'm going to show you a little bit of it. The end of the block. Lived in by Tomcat. Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes.
Live there now?
Yep. It's their house.
We can see it or we can't see it?
A little bit of it. It's kind of hard to see. Look up to your right. Look at the American flag and the house right behind it. At the top of the hill. It's Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes' house right there. Those people are like, what are they looking at? In the BMW. It's kind of hard to see it. Now, if you go home, you check out Google Maps or Yahoo Maps, look at the satellite view. You can see how big some of these properties are. Sometimes we can see a lot, sometimes we can't. This is where Frank Sinatra died back in 1998. Frank Sinatra's last house is right here. The chairman of the board, old Blue Eyes. He had many homes in the area. This is the last one he lived at. With a car there, but we replace them with some new ones over here. We plant them. That's Lindsay Lohan for you, one of her 3 drunk driving arrests in the area. And as a tour guide,